Hello everyone. I hope you are preparing well for your AI exam, which is scheduled on 18th March. Right, as of now, we had completed 4 chapters: Introduction to AI, AI Project Cycle, Computer Vision, and Data Science. Today, we are going to see NLP, which is for 11 marks, children. So, how to get 11 out of 11? On which topics you have to concentrate? Define NLP, applications of NLP, text summarization, sentiment analysis, language translation, text classification, virtual assistants, chatbots, social media monitoring, project with NLP, like AI project cycle. Again, with one scenario we are going to see in this chapter also. But you have to concentrate more on CBT. You should know the full form of CBT. We will see in detail what is CBT, right? And the next topics you have to concentrate is script bot, smart bot, human language versus computer language, semantics, syntax, text normalization. In the text normalization step, sentence segmentation, tokenization, converting text to a common case, removing stop words, special characters and numbers, stemming, lemmatization, bag of words. These are the topics on which you have to concentrate more to get 11 out of 11. Now we will see the explanation part of these children, right? Are you ready? First, we will start with the definition of NLP. As you have learned the definition of NLP in domain of AI, the same definition you can write over here, children. But once again, I will repeat the definition of NLP. NLP is nothing but natural language processing, the domain of AI. Here, if you want the machines to talk to the humans and humans to interact with the machine, the most domain which is helping us is the NLP, right? Here, NLP is making the machines and the humans interact to each other, and how they were able to interact. We are going to train the machines with what type of data to interact with the humans and the humans with the computers. The data which we are going to use over here is what? Text data and audio, right? So when we are giving this text and audio data to the AI applications, they are getting trained with that, and that applications are used to interact with the humans, right? This definition you can write for the NLP. And the next comes, see children, NLP definition you may get for 2 marks, or you may expect NLP in what? In domain, in objective type questions. Now we will see the applications of NLP. What are the applications of NLP? Text summarization, that we can call it as automatic text summarization, sentiment analysis, language translation, text classification, virtual assistant, chatbot, social media monitoring. Okay, what is automatic text summarization, right? That is what you are having a lot of information and you are not having time to read what is there in that content. If you are uploading that into the automatic text summarization application, what it will give, what it will do is it will take the document and it will give the summary of that. When it is giving the summary of that, the information in that will not be missed, and the emotional meaning in that information also will not be missed, children. This is the advantage of automatic summarization. You can explain with an example, and here you can write in this way. Automatic summarization is especially relevant when used to provide an overview of a news item or blog post while avoiding redundancy from multiple sources and maximizing the diversity of content obtained. This you can write the definition with an example for the automatic text summarization. They may ask you in the objective, or they may ask you for the applications of NLP for 4 marks also, children. Write any 4 applications of NLP. At that time, you have to explain with a clear explanation with an example, children. Don't just write the names and don't just leave with a one line where you cannot score 4 out of 4 for that. And compulsory, you will have a question either in the objective or in the 2 marks. I am having a confidence that this year they may ask for the 4 marks. So let us see how it will come. Next is what? Sentiment analysis. The goal of sentiment analysis is what? Why we are going to use this application. Most of us, like the customers, we will be doing the online shopping. When we are doing online shopping, we will write our comments. Some comments we cannot identify the meaning from that. So most of the companies are using this NLP to identify the opinions and sentiment in that statements which was written by the customers. So what you have to write for this is, the goal of sentiment analysis is to identify sentiment among several posts or even in the same post where emotion is not always explicitly expressed. Companies use NLP applications such as sentiment analysis to identify opinions and sentiment online to help them understand what customers think about their products and services. Suppose the customer has written in this way, I love the new iPhone, and a few lines later, but sometimes it does not work well, where the person is still talking about the iPhone and overall. So by using this sentiment analysis, the companies can get the opinions of the customers as well as the meaning what the customers has written a comment about the product. For that purpose, we can use sentiment analysis. The next one is what text classification. Here, one text classification is what it is a predefined category or a document. It is used to organize the information and simplify some activities. Suppose you had received this text classification, mostly we will use in our emails, children. Once we receive an email, what it will do is it will segregate the message into what? Into spam and to the inbox. So how the mails are segregating into the spam and into the inbox with the help of text classification. After receiving the message, immediately this text classification will receive the keyword in the message and it will segregate that into what? To the inbox, into the spam. So here you can write the example as spam filtering in email. Next are what? Virtual assistants. Virtual assistants are what? Nowadays we are using the virtual assistants here and there. Google Assistant, Cartona, Siri, Alexa. These has become our integral part of our life. It's not only that Google Home, not only even we talk to them, but also have the abilities to make our lives easier. How we are making our lives easier? We are how we are sitting in a place and we are asking Alexa, please switch on the fan. Alexa, please switch on the light. Alexa, can you play a song for me? Alexa, can you call a person? So what is happening? Our lives are becoming more easier when we are starting using this virtual assistants. So by accessing our data, they can help us in keeping notes of our tasks, make calls for us, send messages, and a lot more. With the help of speech recognition, these assistants can not only detect our speech, but can also make sense out of it. According to recent research, a lot more advancements are expected in the field in the near future, right? So these applications you can write for the NLP children. In the exam, if they were asking for 4 marks and 2 marks. But they may ask you for the objective type questions also in a scenario based. You have to remember, first is automatic text summarization, which is used to summary the content, whatever we are giving, and it will give the summary of that content where it will be very easy for us for understanding. When it is giving the summary, the meaning of that will not be lost and the emotional meaning in that also will not be lost. Next is what? Sentiment analysis. This sentiment analysis used by the companies to track the customers' reviews and their feedback, where they can improve their products with their customers' review. Next is what? Next is what? Virtual assistants we had seen, and the text classification, which will classify the data by using this text classification. uh, Mostly we are using in our mails. Next is what? Virtual assistants. These are the applications of NLP. As I said, project with NLP, here you will be getting a scenario that most of the people see here. What is the scenario? People face competition in even the tiniest task and are expected to give their best at every point in time. When people are unable to meet these expectations, they get stressed and could even go into depression. We get to hear a lot of cases where people are depressed due to reasons like peer pressure, studies, family issues, relationships, etc. To overcome this, what cognitive behavioral therapy is considered to be one of the best methods to address stress, as it is easy to implement on people and also gives good results. But how many of you are ready to meet the doctor? In our society, most of the parents or most of the people are not like ready to meet the doctor. If you are meeting the doctor, they are thinking that they are having some problem. So in that situation, now the problem is that people are having stress. Due to that, they are not able to lead their normal life, but they have to overcome their stress without meeting the therapist. So what is the solution for this problem? We can have a chatbot, right? This is the solution. This we will solve with the 4Ws. Who are the stakeholders? What do we know about them? CBT, you have to concentrate on the full form of CBT, children. What is a problem? How do you know it is a problem? What is the context or situation in which the stakeholders experience this problem? What would be of a key value to the stakeholder? How would it improve their situations? And next to the problem statement and the aim, data acquisition to what create a chatbot, what all the data we have to collect, and how we have to design the chatbot, and evaluation where we are going to check the model. And the important things in this, these children, the most important things is what? Underfitting, overfitting, and good model. Every time in the exam we will see one question from this. In the last year also it came for 2 marks, or else in the objective you can see, or 4 marks also we can expect this question. So what is this underfitting, overfitting, and good model? I will explain you with an example, children. Right? You were preparing for your AI exam now, which is on 18th March, right? So most of you are thinking that my math exam completed on 10th and I'm having 18 days of time. So I will start AI only, na, just 50 marks. So I will start my preparation on after Holi. That is on from 15th. But what happened? More 3 days is there. So I will start on 16th, 17th. On the exam day, you went to the exam without preparing, where you can, when the question paper was given, you are not able to write well in your exam. The second student is what? Whatever is there in the textbook, whatever the teacher explained, Maki to Maki, he had copied, he had practiced, he had learned the answers, and he went for the exam. And the third person is what? Not only the teacher explanation, not only the textbook, he had referred n number of videos, or he had referred n number of materials, and the sample question papers he had solved a lot, and he also went to the exam. So now in these three candidates, who will prepare well, who will write well whatever the question is coming in the question paper? Obviously the third person. Why? Other than the training data, other than the testing data, he had used more. So here, now how we will categorize? Suppose, see, now the model, we are training the model with what a data. How much I am training also, that model is not getting trained properly. When I am asking some question, it is not able to answer. When I am testing the model with the test data, it is not able to answer. That comes under the underfitting. Means the first boy who went to the exam without preparing anything. Next is what? Overfitting. The second boy, like, who went to the exam, only what teacher explained, only that he prepared. So here, what is that? Here how the model will work, only for the training data. If I'm asking the question in different way, I'm giving different testing data, it cannot give the correct answer to us. Means it cannot predict. Means it is trained only on the training data. Other than that, if the developer is giving any other data, it cannot give the correct answer. So this comes under what? Overfitting. Balanced means what? Not only the training data, not only the testing, other than anything, whatever you are asking, the model is able to answer. That comes under the good model or balanced model. Again and again, I am saying, children, this topic is very important. The first one is what? The developer is training with the data, but it was not trained properly. How much the developer is asking the question, it is not able to answer. The second is what? Whatever the training data is was given by the developer, only for that it can perform. On the testing data, it cannot perform well. So that comes under overfitting. And the balanced is what? Not only the testing data, not only the training data, whatever you are asking, it is able to answer. That is what? Balanced model, right? So this is very important, children. I want everyone to concentrate. The next topic is what? Script board, smart board. This is a 5th year where you are writing your AI exam. CBSE has started artificial intelligence. This is a 5th exam where everyone are writing all over India. Every time in the question paper, we can see a question on script board and smart board, children. Script boards are what? The boards which we are using in our apps now. Like what? Suppose in the Zomato, in our own website, school website, what are the apps which we are using? Those comes under the script board. Smart boards are the apps like Google, right? ChatGPT. All this comes under what? Smart boards. Means not only that, whatever the question you're asking, it is able to answer. But in the script board, suppose you had entered into a school website. In the school website chat board, you are asking, where is my order? Can it answer? What is the weather? Can it answer? No. Why? It was designed only for one purpose. But whereas in the smart boards, that chatbot is created for multiple tasks, to perform multiple tasks. So what you will write here when they were asking the difference between script bot and smart bot? Script boards are easy to make. Smart boards are flexible and powerful. Script boards work around a script which is programmed in them. Smart boards works on bigger databases and other resources directly. Most they are free and are easy to integrate to a meaningful platform. Smart boards learn with more data, no or little language processing skills. Coding is required to take this up on board. Limited functionality here. It is wide functionality. These are the differences which you are going to write for the script bot and smart bot. And why AI based chatbots? Why we have to use AI chatbots? One thing is for sentiment analysis, where I said already the application, understanding the behavioral patterns, learning and adapting to user performances. This you have to write when they were asking the question. Next, the very important, another part is what human language versus computer language. In the exam, they may ask you to write the difference between human language versus computer language. So what you will write first, you will write the definition of human language and the computer language. Human language is a language which we spoke manual or written symbols, right? Here we will use different languages like Hindi, Telugu, English, French to, for what purpose? To uh, interact with others and to share our emotions, right? All those things. Programming languages are also what? They are also used for the communication purpose. Here also we are going to use different programming languages like C, C++, Java, HTML. All these are the programming languages where we will use to interact with the machines. So what are the similarities? Means what are common in both them? Here we already got this from the previous paragraph, but let's repeat it again. The main functional language, be it Python or Hindi, is communication, right? We are using Hindi or English. Computer languages, programming languages, what they were using Python or C, C++. Another important feature is what here for us, what is that? Semantics. We will use semantics, where in the programming languages or the computer, they will use what? Syntax. What is the semantics and syntax? Suppose if I'm talking any word, there should be a meaningful whatever I'm talking. When a sentence is making a sense, then that is called as what? Semantics, right? It should be a meaningful word or a meaningful sentence. When I'm speaking to you, if I'm speaking in this way, A, go, come, sit, have, do, what. Are you able to understand, children? I'm not relating one word to another where you are not able to understand. So what here semantics means what? When we are talking, we have to use some grammatical part, to make the other people to understand whatever the language we are talking, we will use some grammar in that, right? In the same way here, syntax means what? The set of rules. Whatever the language you are using, programming language, each language will have a different syntax, as we will have the different languages, different grammatical errors or different grammar we have to use to speak to other persons. Right here also it will use the rules. These are the similarities. Differences is what? Here, human language, we will have multiple meanings for multiple words, but for the machine, it is only a one word. Suppose example, I saw a saw that could not saw. For us, saw is different meaning. Saw is another different meaning. But for computer, it will take consider it as only one meaning, that is I saw. So this is the difference between the human language and computer. The most important, children, text normalization. So here, what is this text normalization? In text normalization, we undergo several steps to normalize the text to a lower level. So to normalize we are having a large amount of data where we are making that into a lower level. That is done by using text normalization. And another word where you have to remember in this is, children, corpus. What is defined corpus? They will ask for 1 mark. What is that? Multiple documents together, will call it as a corpus. Okay, that is called as corpus, right? Whole textual data or multiple documents together, will call it as a corpus. Right now, the text normalization, we are having a large amount of data in multiple documents. That multiple documents, I want to make it into a lower level. For that purpose, I have to follow some steps. The first step is what? Sentence segmentation. What is the sentence segmentation? We are having a multiple documents. Now that multiple documents, I am breaking them into a sentences. When I am breaking these multiple documents into a sentences, that is called as what? Sentence segmentation. Means what? Whole corpus is divided into sentences. I said corpus means what? Multiple documents. Whole corpus is divided into sentences. That is called as what, children? Sentence segmentation. The next one is what? Tokenization. Tokenization is nothing but what? Tokens is a term used for any word. Now we had converted into sentences. Those sentences, we are breaking them into tokens. This is compulsory question, children. Every time they will ask, they'll give one sentence and they will ask them to write how many tokens are there in this sentence. When we are dividing when we are, what we are doing, when we are breaking the sentences into words, that is called as what? Tokens. Here, in a word or a number or a special character occurring in a sentence, we'll call it as what? Tokens. Tokens is nothing but a word or a number, a special character occurring in a sentence is called as what? Tokens, children. So under tokenization, what we will do, we will divide these sentences into words, numbers, and special characters. Right now, see here, we are having a sentence here. It not cool that ping pong is not included in Rio 2016. So here, they will give the sentence in this way in the exam also. They will ask you to write how many tokens are there in this sentence. At that time, what you have to do, you have to count now. It is one, not cool, not two, cool three, third four, pink 5, pong 6, E7, not 8, included 9, in 10, Rio 11, 2016 is 12. Totally, how many tokens we are having? 12 tokens, children. If you are having full stop, comma, double quotes, that also you will consider it as what? Token. It's very important, children. Suppose they are giving in double quotes in front and in the last they are closing with the double quotes. First double quote 1 and this 12 plus 1, 13, 13 last 14. And if they are keeping comma in between, that is 15. And suppose 2 space 1 space 6. 2 is one token. When we are seeing space between numbers also, that each number also will consider it as a token, children. Right? This is tokenization. Next is what? We are after converting it into tokens, means into words, we are going to remove that special characters and the numbers and the stop words. What are these stop words? Stop words means what? The frequently occurring in the corpus but do not add any value to it. Okay, those are called as what? Stop words. In the exam, they may ask you define stop words, and they will give some words and they will ask which comes under stop words. Stop words means, again and again I am repeating, children, the words which occur frequently and will not make any sense, that we are going to remove from the words, and we are going to remove the stop words, and we are going to remove the special characters and numbers. After removing that, what we are going to do, we are converting it into a common case. Why we are converting it into common case? After removing of stop words, we convert the whole text into a similar case, preferably what? Lowercase. Why? The machine is case sensitive. So it will get confused. If you suppose you had written hello and at that time again you had written in a toggle case again into small case. So to remove that confusion, entire words are converted into only one common case, that is what? Lowercase. Right? As the computer programming machine is what? It is a case sensitive. So to not make the machine confusion, we are after removal of stop words, numbers, and special character, we are converting all the words into a common case, that is what? Lowercase. The next one is what? Very important, children, stemming lemmatization. What is this stemming? Stemming is a process in which the affixes of words are removed and the words are converted to their base form. Here, what we are going to do here, we are having the words now. That for the words, we have to remove the affixes. When we are removing the affixes, we may or we may not get a meaningful word. That is called as what? Stemming. Compulsory, when we are removing the affixes, we will get a meaningful word. That is called as what? Lemmatization. See here, healed. If I am removing ed, became heal. I got. But when we see studies, if I am removing fxes, study. Study is not a meaningful word. Studying, ing, I got. I may or I may not get. That is what stemming. But in lemmatization, compulsory, when you are removing the affixes, you will get a meaningful word. So in the exam, they will give some word and they will ask you, what comes under lemmatization and what comes under stemming for this word. So you have to convert it into lemmatization and stemming. Children, for 1 mark or 2 marks, write the difference. What is the difference between the stemming and lemmatization? They may ask you. So here, healed, same studies. When I removed in stemming, what happened? I got study. But when I removed the effects in the lemmatization, what happened? It came into study, right? So caring, lemmatization, care, a meaningful word, caring, stemming, no meaningful word. It became what? Car, right? So these are the steps of text normalization. There is a score for 4 marks from this. First, text normalization means what? A large amount of data we are converting into a lower level. To convert it into lower level, we are following different steps. First, the multiple documents, will call it as corpus. Next, what? That whole corpus means the whole paragraph. We are converting into sentences. That is what? Sentence segmentation. And those sentences we are converting into what? Words. Those are called as spokens. Each word in a sentence and a special character, a number, will consider it as a token. After that, what we are doing? We are removing stop words, numbers, right? And special characters. Removing of stop words, numbers, and special characters. Stop words means the frequently repeated words and which will not have any meaning in that sentences, that we will remove. And next, we are converting it into a common case, that is a lower case. After that, what we are going to do? Stemming. Stemming means when we are removing the affixes, we may or we may not get a meaningful word. Lemmatization means when we are converting, when we are removing the affixes, compulsory we will get a meaningful word, that is lemmatization. These are the steps of text normalization. The last topic in it is bag of words. Last time for 4 marks they asked bag of words. They asked define bag of words and asked, they gave a document and they asked to write the bag, create a bag of words for the 2 documents. So bag of words, that only we are having that a bag with a lot of words, will call it as bag of words. And what the definitions, what you have to keep 2 things is a vocabulary of words are for the corpus. First, from the bag of words, what you will do, you will collect the vocabulary of words and you will write how many times that word has repeated in that entire paragraph or the corpus. That is called as the frequency of these words. Again, I am repeating, children. The bag of words is representation that turns arbitrary text into fixed length vectors by counting how many times each word appears. For that, 2 things you have to keep. One is first, once you'll get a paragraph, from that you have to take all the vocabularies. And from that vocabulary, you have to write each word is repeated how many times. That is called as what? Frequency of these words. So now we will see with an example. Suppose in the exam also you will get in this way only the 3 sentences. The cat sat in the hat, the cat with the hat. They'll ask us to create a bag of words for this. So first we will write the vocabulary of words. What are the vocabulary of words from these 3 sentences? The cat sat in hat with. These are the vocabulary words in these 3 documents. First we will write and we will write how many times the has repeated. This is what this we will write here how many times the word has repeated. And next we will create the vector table. To create the vector table, what you have to do is you have to write the sentences in this way and the vocabulary words on the top. From the first sentence, how many times the has repeated? The has repeated 1 time, cat 1 time, sat 1 time, in 1 time, had in no in this document, children. Had no, with 0. So we will keep 0 0. The how many times it was repeated in this document? 2 times. Cat only 1 time. Sat 1 time. In is there in this document? In this sentence? Yes. Had it, the is there? Yes. The 2 times. Had 1 time. With 0. The again how many times in this sentence? 2 times. Cat how many times? 1 time. Sat how many times? 0. In 0. Hat how many times? 1 time. With how many times? 1 time. Now you will write the cat sat. This is called as a vector table. If you are finishing your answer in this way, you will get 4 on 4. Bag of words definition. Writing the vocabulary of that sentences and writing how many times that has repeated and creating a vocabulary table. Then you can score 4 out of 4. And the limitation of bag of words also you have to write. What is the limitation of bag of words? We lose contextual information where in the document the word appeared when we use Bag of words. It's like a little bag of words. It only tells you what words occur in the document, not where they occur. This is the limitation. And once again, I'm repeating, children, TF-IDF is not there for this time for the exam. Last time it was there. This year, CBSE has removed TF-IDF for the exam, written exam. It is not there. So if you're perfect with these topics, you can score 11 out of 11, children. Please concentrate. NLP is very easy chapter where you can score very easily. For 4 marks, you have to concentrate on text normalization steps, bag of words, as last year they asked, and the applications. And the next, what on which you will concentrate, script board and smart board. Thank you, children. We will see with the next chapter, that is what?